And we're going to discuss how you can use it for da'wah. You know what? Everything is da'wah if you're in da'wah mode. Everything is da'wah if you're in da'wah mode. You can see anything, and because you're in da'wah mode, you see a da'wah advantage in it. Just the other day I read an article about some research that was done by a doctor in Austria, if I remember correctly. It was about picking your nose. Yeah? It's about, it's true research. This doctor in Austria, he says that it's actually very good for your health to pick your nose and eat it. And he says that it's when it's dry, yeah, eat it, he says. It's actually very good because I love disgusting things. You'll also discover that as we move along. So he says that when you eat this material, it has in it all kinds of bacteria that has been captured by your nostrils and so on. And when it goes into your stomach, it builds up your immunity. He says it's a shame that children have this good habit and we teach them not to do it. Yeah. I remember one time when we were young, my brother, we were at a bakery. And he said there was a girl, you know how these little kids, their nose is just running all the way down like that? They have their little Hitler mustache, but it's all just snot. He said this girl just grabbed a piece of bread, she just went like that. They ate it. Fantastic. So this guy's arguing that it's good, it's good for you. Eat it. If it's dry, eat it. Why not? Now, what does this have to do with da'wah? Everything. If you're in da'wah mode, everything has to do with da'wah. You know what this tells you? It tells you that sometimes facts or sometimes falsehood can have some facts and they can be accurate. But so what? True? So what? Doesn't mean because it's falsehood there's not going to be anything to support it. They're not going to have any argument. Sometimes they have a logical argument, but it doesn't make it okay. For example, one time, and I know this is one of the New Jersey students, he told me that you teach using poop a lot. He saw Brownie Surprise on the internet and things like that. Yeah. So this was an atheist, very aggressive guy in where I used to work, and he was arguing very aggressively that if it's natural, there's nothing wrong with it. So he's talking about women flaunting their sexual desires and things like that. It's there, it's natural, so why not flaunt it? I told him, okay. He was being aggressive, so I had to be aggressive. I said, okay. I told him it's natural to have a bowel movement. I want you to sit up on this table right here, pull your pants down, and have a bowel movement in front of us. You're not going to do it, because not everything that's natural should be flaunted in public. He was quiet immediately. So he might come up with a fact, but that doesn't make it okay. I'll give you something else. For example, some people, who's heard the end of music here? Excellent. Okay, just 3 people. Basically, the end of music is a lecture online about music being impermissible, right? So some people argue that it is permissible. Why? Because it's something that's natural. And here's their argument. A little child, no one has taught this child how to dance. When they listen to music, they naturally do what? Bounce. Immediately. So they're arguing this is something natural that Allah put in us. And so they bounce, and so it can't be haram. And so, what about then sexual urges in teenagers? It's natural. Does that mean it's okay? It's okay. And you go ahead and act upon that? No. So the fact that you give me a piece of information or a fact, it doesn't make it okay. So falsehood sometimes can have an argument, or it can have a fact, or there can be a study, but it doesn't make it okay. And by the way, just to answer that, you know why kids bounce immediately? Because the part of the brain that's in charge of motor movements is the same part of the brain that's in charge of audio appreciation or music or things like that. That's why it's natural for the bouncing to occur. So anyways, the point is then, when you're in da'wah mode, anything that you see, anything that you hear, you can see a da'wah benefit from that.